course, yeah.
Yeah, but do you not think that God would give you a way as well?
Yeah, I believe so.
What would be his way then? How do you know that? How can you answer this
We
question?
always was believing in the God anyway, so
Yeah.
we think the God always show us the path,
Yeah.
which way good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I would
I
say,
always think doesn't matter what culture we are. Obviously, we go into the same God, but obviously, every culture is different and different
yeah,
way people think about the religion.
yeah,
But for me, it's not much different between one people and the other. Isn't
yeah.
it?
So
Everyone
in Islam, we
think
very
in different
simply
way.
say that two things here: who is God, and what did He want from us? Because if someone say, "Look, I'm created for dancing," someone say, "No, I have my own concept of God.
Yeah.
I want to live
Not
my
many
life
people
as
believes
how
in
I
here,
understand."
is there? Not many people in UK believes in God because free country, isn't it? So
I mean, there are
we
many
can,
people believe in God, and there are many people disbelieve in God.
possibly yes.
But depend on how you conceive the information and how do you understand the information.
You're very surprising because today I went to Whitechapel and I went near the mosque. And actually,
And what is your experience there?
I didn't went inside. I want to go inside and see there, but obviously I have no hijab, so
No, but then again,
I
if you
wasn't
if
sure
you
if I
ask,
can go
no, I
inside.
mean, if you ask mosque authority, they will obviously give you a hijab, and
Oh, I didn't know that. So it's first time.
they have this facility, so you will be able to see the mosque itself.
Yeah, I was interested because a couple of people I know and friends. So I was interested how is inside. So I went there to meet my friend, but he wasn't there. So I thought that maybe I should go there and see how it's inside.
Yeah, how Muslim
mosque.
pray, right? Yeah, because this is a
It's very
fun.
interesting, obviously, because it's different than everyone culture, isn't it? Everyone pray different way and think different way. I think quite Muslim people quite very pure. I think they're very pure and they're very pure to their religion. That's what is my opinion. But
Yeah.
everyone is different.
And why do you think so?
I read Quran a little bit, and I think it's very easy to read and understand. So it's really nice comparing to Catholic, Jehovah's, because I read a little bit different ones. So every friends, different cultures, different religions, they everyone come to my church, But I from country Catholic, so I've been baptized obviously, but I didn't want it not change. It's not the change. I just didn't want to confirm it, different religion at the moment because. You have to study that, isn't it? You have to read about it. You have to make sure you want to go there.
Yeah. And that's why it's important.
I'm just gonna run there because someone telling me to do it. Because so people they force me to do it, isn't it? So
and that's very important that we should look at the claim of the religion itself. So first of all, the concept of God, it makes sense to you. The secondly, I would say, look, Allah created us for a purpose. He would not create it, without a purpose. He must have a purpose. And how do you know that purpose? Then we have to look at the claim of the Quran itself. And Quran mentioned that all of the prophets, right? Their mission is to tell the humanity, you should worship,
but
believe and worship the same God.
We don't know that. The people who don't practice Quran, we don't know that. I sometimes look like on Instagram and other media, people talk about the Quran. And it's really nice, very interesting as well. So
now you know.
Yeah, some things yes, not everything obviously, because I didn't grow up with this culture, so it's very difficult.
So there is 3 questions here, right?
Yeah.
Where did I come from? Why am I here? Where am I going? So there is 3 questions, right? 3 existential question has been asked. Where did I come from? Where am I here? What I'm doing? Where I'm going? Where I will end? And all this existential question.
Do you have do you have the answers for it?
These are the knower. Okay, the knower of everything is God Himself, right?
Well, we always say the God knows, but we don't.
No, exactly. And if you go back to many places in the Quran, God constantly telling is that He knows everything. In fact, He was saying, "Rabbukum a'lamu bikum." He knows everyone best. So He will know everything. So whatever our whisper, how we think, what decision we are making, He's completely aware of this. And through His knowledge of what I don't know, and all of the humanity don't know, He revealed the information that would be needed for us. Otherwise, we'll be lost and guide, right? So the Quran came as a guide.
I know that.
Right.
That's why I
Yeah,
like it sometimes,
yeah.
because you can tell
Yeah.
there is some way how they you read that.
Yeah.
You do understand more than other
Yeah.
Bible, even people Bible.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to people understand this, especially in my country. They read in the Bible, and lots of people they don't understand the Bible.
Yeah.
So they practice years to
Yeah.
understand. But in Quran, it's very easy.
Yeah, Quran is easy.
Very, very
Even
easy.
Allah mentioned. Yeah, translation.
No,
Do you want me to get to one?
If you don't mind, why
Yeah.
not?
So in Quran, Allah said, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Allah made the Quran easy for remembrance. So if you look at children from 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I mean different age group, they can memorize Quran easily. Even every Muslim, if you ask their family members, you will find one or two of them are
That's why I'm
memorizer of the
saying,
Quran. Yes,
with
please.
your,
Jazakallah
if you
khair.
grow up with your religion, it's much easier than for people who don't know nothing about it in the ending practice.
But then again, look,
It's take time,
in the worldly desire, we attain so many degrees, we spend so many things for make our life better. But when we're talking about our eternal life, should we not invest some of the time? And Quran is not like a huge book. It's only 400-500 pages, right?
Yeah, of course. Plenty enough time to read.
Yeah, and to be honest, the message is very simple. What is the message? Message is you should believe and worship the God the way God told us to do so. So as a Muslim, Allah tell us do 5 daily prayers, do fast in Ramadan, right? Give charity, give zakat, give your 2.5% of your excessive wealth to the poor. Go to Hajj, pilgrimage, yes? And be kind and generous in general, right? And help one another in good things, but do not help one another in bad things. The religion tells us to be kind to your parents. The religion tells us to look after your neighbors. The religion tells us to forbid any evil. If you cannot stop it by hand, stop, at least speak out. And if you cannot speak out, do it from your heart. That religion tells us we are
Good things.
exactly. And the same way, we know there is a God, and we know these messengers are not lying. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not a liar. Yeah, he was the best man lived on the planet. So he is an evidence against us, meaning he has given us the information that mankind needed to be guided, and we have that information. Now we have the Quran, which clearly speaks to your mind, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. Honestly, because Quran actually speaks to you if you actually look into it.
Much easier to understand than other religion, I believe so, and it's very, very easy.
Yeah, but Quran also talks about.
Also takes time to practice. I just read it.
Yeah. But
Quran.
Quran.
It's really nice and very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Very, very knowledgeable as well. I found that it's quite knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Even if I'm older, it's knowledgeable for everyone. So you get from that kind of thing.
Quran, some of the messages are very important, and few messages. I mean, I cannot finish it in 10 minutes speech. Of course, it's a big book. But one of the constant theme, Allah telling us, do not lose our hope in receiving mercy of Allah, even if you are in old age. No, Allah is telling us to be confident and wait for the guidance, and you should strive for the guidance. And Allah will guide you if you strive for it. Meaning, if you make the chance, or if you make the intention, Allah will aid you. And Allah also constantly telling us that death is a reality. We cannot run away from the death. And then what will happen? Then Allah will ask you on the day of judgment that what did you do with the life that I gifted you? Allah will ask that question about this life, these beautiful things you are enjoying free. Allah will ask, why didn't you surrender yourself to me, and why didn't you worship me? Why don't you be ungrateful? So at that time, some of the disbeliever will tell Allah, oh Allah, send me back. I'm going to do that and come back to you again.
It's too late.
Yeah? And Allah said, I have given you multiple chances already in this world, and you didn't even take heed. You didn't listen to the messenger. You belied the messenger.
People think that way as well.
No, but then again, we need to find out, is Islam truth or is... Now, if I have 4 religions and each claims same thing, They cannot be correct. I mean, each claim different thing. They cannot be correct. Like for example, Christianity say a man is a god, a manifestation of God. Man is son of a god, right? And Islam we say Allah doesn't beget son, neither he has father.
Yeah, of course, because even in Catholic they believe Mary and Jesus, obviously.
Exactly. So we say it's a blasphemy because God is unlike the creation. God doesn't need to rest. God doesn't need to eat, drink, or sleep. But when we see a human being, Jesus Christ, he eats, he sleeps, he drinks, and he is someone who in need of help from God. And God does not need help from anybody. So Islam makes it very simplistic to the mind of the universe, everyone, that you should worship the creator, not the creation. And then we have the heaven and hell. We have two destinations.
I don't know how Quran believes in this as well.
Yeah, so we believe that no one will take your sin. You will be alone judged for your own action. Your belief and action, you will be judged. Say, for example, when you receive the information and then you understood it, but if you reject it, that means the suffering, eternal suffering. But if you accept it and followed it and obeyed by the Allah's commandment, you will go to the paradise. So Islam is not beating around the bush. It makes clear distinction between good and bad, day and night. So Quran is constantly talking about the heaven and hellfire in the Quran. Why? Constantly reminding us so that no one should take the path that will lead to the hellfire, but you should indeed take the path that will lead you to eternal joy and blessing. So Quran, Allah telling reminder after reminder after reminder, and He sent messenger after messenger after messenger. Why? To establish the message so that the humanity have no say on the day of judgment or no excuse on the day of judgment that, oh, I didn't hear about it. Allah will tell, oh, you have learned so many things, you have used your intellect, but why? What happened to when my book came to you, my messenger came to you? Why you rejected him? Was he a liar? You said no. Was he a cheater? You said no. Then why you reject him? So we have to see why Prophet Muhammad, what is his message? It is, yeah. And Allah mentioned, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. I have not sent Muhammad unless a mercy for mankind. And he was a living example. He transformed the whole society in 23 years of time with the help of Allah. So what religion is this? Make complete jahil people, meaning or ignorant people, they are involved in so many crimes. These people become the best of best. What is the faith? Is the evidence for Islam is true? So it's not about emotionally people are following.
I never thought about this, not sure the Islam. I think people don't know much about the Islam.
Exactly.
My country, they don't know at all. So
Yeah.
we live in now in UK, so in UK it's probably more than usual. So
Yeah.
That's why we more.
Yeah, and a lot of people coming to Islam because of intellectual reason, not because of, oh, he likes Muslim. No, he realized, okay, the concept of God in Islam makes more sense. The purpose of life in Islam makes more sense. The heaven and hell and the reality of the life and the absolute day of justice, which is day of judgment, everything makes sense in Islam. So therefore, they have that rational conviction that led to them, of course, emotional conviction too in the later stage. So what I would say to a sister like yourself in the humanity, and since you have a family member who is a Muslim, I would say, look, death will visit us very soon, maybe 100 years maximum, 100 year maximum, right? 100 year maximum, and then what? We have to. Now, did we prepare ourselves for the journey that are coming? This is a big question. And this decision we must make while we have this understanding. Why I'm concerned about our life and everything, we should concern at the same time with our journey.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, when we go to the grave, no one is going with us in the grave, right? And then the questions start there. Are we prepared for it? Because Allah, the disbeliever ask question. You know what they ask? I say, oh, I will die. I will be disintegrated. I will disjoint. Yeah. And you know what Allah said? Allah said, كَيْفَ تَكْفُرُونَ بِاللَّهِ. How can you disbelieve in Allah that He created you from nothing. Once you become nothing, should He not create you again?
Yeah, that's right.
Allah telling that, He will surely find, even if you try to, disjoint and if you become disappeared. No, that's not a big deal. So Allah is telling those answer. So when you open the Quran, you will see these sort of arguments are full in the Quran.
Yeah, of course. I need to go, be honest.
Yeah, let me give you the copy of the Quran.
Yeah, thank you.
And
I can take that as well.
I would say maybe do visit a mosque.
I will, with my friend.
Yeah, do visit a mosque. And I would say that since your concept of belief, you have half concept of belief, which you believe in Allah.
I believe that God is only one anyway. So
Exactly.
I can't change that anyway.
Yeah.
It's just which way to go. You have
Exactly.
to find your way.
Yeah. So I mean, you
I
already
think everyone finds their own way, yeah.
you already come half a step closer. So now you need to look into the claim of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and if you find the Quran is convincing for you, and I would say you read it for yourself.
Yeah, of course.
And if
This
you,
is English, isn't
this is an English translation, but the major concept I've just explained to you in a very, very basic term, that this life is a test. Allah said, you will have, your trial will come as a test. And the test, the judgment will take place in the day of judgment, where absolute justice will take place. No human being will have absolute justice in this world, because a lot of criminals are getting away. But does it mean, I mean, if they're gone away and there is no day of judgment, that means there is no absolute justice. But in Islamic day of judgment, it's not like someone is dying for your sin. No. Islam, la taziru waziratan wizra ukhra. No one will bear the sin of someone else. So we are not like Christianity, that, oh, Jesus died for our sin. In fact, he didn't die for their sin. This is something made up. Jesus Christ was the mightiest messenger of God. So we believe
you believe that Jesus
is a messenger. No, he was raised by Allah. Bal rafa'ahu Allahu ilayh. Allah taken him alive.
So you do have in the Quran.
So we have a chapter called,
Jesus.
yes, we have.
You see, I didn't read this because, like I said, I didn't really read all the Quran, so I don't know.
Yeah, Allah mentioned there are two prophets are similar. They have similitude. In chapter 3 verse 59, Allah said, Inna masala Isa indallahi ka masali Adam, meaning the similitude of Jesus is like that of an Adam. Adam, the first man, was created without parents. And Jesus was created, yeah, so Adam, Adam was created without parents. Allah created him. And Jesus was created miraculously without father. And Jesus was given so many miracles, healing the leper, giving life to the dead person. So we believe all those things. But when he was doing that, he is doing biiznillah, through the permission of Allah. So he never claimed himself to be God or son of a God, but he was a prophet of God. So the Christian mistook him. And
we don't believe that Jesus is a God. I think Catholics more, they believe he's his son.
Yeah. So
he obviously
yeah.
gives him that power to...
So when we look at the son, it can be metaphoric son, it can be begotten son. So if you say metaphoric son, then everyone is children of God. That's no distinction. If you say begotten son, then God doesn't have a wife. He can't. You see?
Of course, yeah, I know.
Yeah. And Quran have this argument. How can God have a son when he has no wife? Quran mentioned this. And Allah saying, do not attribute a son to me, because creator is unlike the creation. So Allah saying, how can I have a son when I'm unlike the creation? So Jesus is like the creation. He is like human being. And God is unlike. So we have 4-line definition of the Allah who is Allah in Islam. Makes a clear understanding who the God is. So Allah saying, Qul hu Allahu ahad. Say Allah is one. Allahu samad. He is eternal. He is self-sufficient. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He doesn't have a father, neither he has a son. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There is nothing comparable to God. Meaning,
because they say that Mary is
is a mother of God. Yeah, so it's a blasphemy. Allah is unlike the creation. There is nothing like God, nothing comparable to God. So therefore, attributing a human being, it's a blasphemy against God. That's why we say the religion got faltered, because this is not the pristine monotheism Abraham preached. That's why when we, people of the book, we differ about this. And the Quran in chapter 3, verse 65 to 67, Allah is telling that did Abraham, what was the religion of Abraham? Was he a Christian? Was he a Jew? Or was he a Muslim?
Yeah, because we do talk about Abraham.
Yeah. So Abraham was neither a Jew, because Judaism started long after him, and of course Christianity came after Judaism. So if Abraham was a Muslim, then the Judaism and Christianity is not a religion from God. And by definition, linguistic, Islam means someone who submits to God. So Adam was submitted to God. Abraham was submitted to God. Noah was submitted to God. So therefore, any religion comes, or any religion evolved after Islam, is a new religion. It's invented by human being. So my question to you, sister, would be, would you want to accept the religion of God, or would you want to accept the religion of human being?
Definitely.
God. So therefore, I invite you to Islam. I make the official invitation. You can accept the invitation to become a Muslim, or you can take some time, do some research, and
Thank you very much.
look after yourself. Do you have any more questions?
No, because there will be lots of questions and we have
But-
no time for that.
But does that make sense, the message
Yeah,
of Islam?
course, yeah. I got friends there, so
Yeah.
I never really much spoke about it, but I got close friends when he speak about it quite a lot. And obviously he believes, so it's, for me, it take time, yeah? So I need to
Yeah.
know about it. It's not
Yeah,
like
take
just-
time, but,
because we
you
don't
know,
that.
yeah.
Lots of people don't know about the knowledge of the Quran, so
Yeah.
because we don't come from that country.
Yeah, I'm going to, you can do one thing in the YouTube, you can listen to it.
I know, because I had the app.
Yeah, so
I have
no,
the app for
yeah, you
the-
can do it like YouTube, say, you can type, let's say, Quran recitation. Let's say Quran recitation, yeah. You'll find lot of different type of Quran, lot of different reciter and their recitation, and you will do the experiment and how you feel it. Because Allah said, those who believe in this book, it is a cure and a shifa, meaning it's a healing for the believers. It will fulfill the void that human beings are going through. Because everyone trying to fill that void, spiritual void. And the reason why it's not fulfilling, because you're not using the right medicine.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so Allah said the Quran is a shifa and a cure. But if you believe in it.
And the healer.
And a healer, yeah. And we have the chapter Surah Fatiha also, another name. The beginning chapter also, Shifa, means it can cure your illness, you know. So, sister, Islam is rising, and thousands of people coming to Islam, and the fastest growing religion on the planet. And if you ask them the reason, it's most of them would say intellectual, convincing reason behind, because they find Quran is truth. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the true prophet.
Maybe that's what people need in their life as well.
Exactly. We need truth, and we need to look into the truth and then follow the truth. A lot of people will have the truth, but they will not follow it.
Yeah.
Then the consequence will be heavier, because this truth comes with reward and punishment if you follow it and if you reject it, right? So we cannot take the message lightly. It's a real, genuine message of purpose of life. Yeah. Give it a go, and you look after yourself.
I'm not from here, so I need to
No problem. Thank you for your time. I hope, yeah. Thank you. You too. Bye. Please make dua for her. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.